Welcome and thank you for tuning in. For the third consecutive playoff game, the Kansas City Chiefs rallied from a double-digit deficit to win, this time in the Super Bowl, beating the San Francisco 49ers by a 31-20 margin in the final game of the NFL season. The Chiefs scored 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter after being down 10 in the fourth, and Patrick Mahomes never got down on himself and never lost faith, even after throwing 2 interceptions. It's so interesting how Mahomes was MVP of the NFL in 2018, and yet somehow he flew under the radar behind the likes of Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson. But Mahomes was just fine with being slept on because he is the giant of these playoffs and the new face of the NFL, which is a great thing for the NFL. He is such an incredible player and such a likable guy. So a huge win for him. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are the champions. It has to be huge joy and relief for one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL that went through 50 years of waiting to get back to the big game. Chiefs owner Clark Hunt afterwards congratulated everyone, but Andy Reid in particular. After all, Reid had previously had the dubious distinction of being perhaps the best coach in NFL history to never win the Super Bowl. Well, that is no more. Reid fully confirmed that he belongs in the Pro Football Hall of Fame with this victory, and what an amazing job he did of engineering 3 huge comebacks. The only downside of Kansas City winning the Super Bowl is Tyreek Hill getting a ring. He, of course, represents so much of what's wrong with the NFL, but at any rate, there are still so many players to be happy for, not just for Mahomes. Huge congratulations to Kendall Fuller with the final interception to put the cherry on top of a huge win for Kansas City. And as great as Patrick Mahomes is, I do believe that Damien Williams should have been the MVP of this game instead of Mahomes. Williams needed only 17 carries to run for over 100 yards and scored that crucial touchdown to seal this victory. He also had a receiving touchdown to boot, so not a huge deal. Damien Williams, for me, the MVP of the Super Bowl, not Patrick Mahomes. He did throw 2 interceptions, but huge credit to Mahomes for rallying and getting it together when the Chiefs needed him the most. Jimmy Garoppolo certainly did not cover himself in glory tonight. He had 1 touchdown and 2 picks as well. He struggled with the Kansas City pass rush at times, and the vaunted 49ers defense wilted late. Kyle Shanahan has now been a part of 2 huge Super Bowl collapses. One, of course, with the Atlanta Falcons, the worst choke in Super Bowl history against the New England Patriots, and now with the San Francisco 49ers as their head coach. So it could be another Super Bowl hangover for the 49ers. Traditionally, whenever teams lose in the Super Bowl, it's tough sledding the following season. But I'm very happy to say that we had a great Super Bowl to watch tonight after the dud that was last year's game. Kansas City rejoice, Super Bowl champions. Again, the final score 31-20 with the Chiefs coming out on top. And Patrick Mahomes, like I said, is the face of the NFL, and with the way his career is going, he could turn into one of the all-time greats and perhaps even the greatest quarterback of all time if he can hopefully stay healthy. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe to my channel.